Hi, Miss Nikki here. Welcome to Biology 103. This course is going to be delivered completely online, including exams. Everything that you need is going to be here in Blackboard. So obviously to watch this video, you came into the course and you got to course information and you found the orientation video. So I just want to touch on a few things. First of all, announcement. This announcement board will post information, usually twice a week on Mondays and Fridays. I'll either sum up what we did for the week, tell you about the exam, maybe averages, or tell you what I think you should do to study for the exam, kind of give you a heads up on items that are coming up that are due. So I will also send an email, but it'll also be posted here on the announcement page. So for course information, hopefully you've already gone through this. You've met your instructor and office hours. Office hours will be a little bit different because we're online. The college is technically closed, so we can do virtual meetings. We have something called Blackboard Collaborate, where it's kind of like Zoom. If you're familiar with Zoom, we can do a meeting, and we can also do phone calls if you want to reach out to me and you don't want to be on camera, or you don't have a camera, you don't have a microphone. We can do phone calls as well. I'll let you read through my welcome statement. You really do have to work in this class. You have to have some time management skills. So I've kind of broken down for you about how much time you should be spending, but probably this one course, depending on how fast you work and what your background is in biology or science in general, you could be working 5 to 10 hours a week just on this course to do well. So just keep that in mind. So the next was how to access your Calhoun email. So I have a little video there for you to watch about this is how you send messages, but this is not how you receive them. So if you go to Calhoun email, you can send a message out, but you have to go to your My Calhoun, log in, and then select the email icon to receive messages. So just make sure that you understand how this works and watch the little video. Course learning objectives outlines for you the things that we're going to be able to accomplish this semester. First day tasks and instructions obviously landed here because you watched the orientation. Go through these. I can't tell you how many times students didn't do the first one, the minimum technology requirements. There's something wrong that their computer doesn't have. Let's get the computer working and any apps that you need to have and any downloads and all the settings done correctly in the beginning, and we won't have problems later. One of the things that I'll tell you is that the labs do download a lot of information. So one of the things that I would do before you call IT or ask McGraw-Hill Connect people for help is go to your history, clean out your history, your caches, all your temporary storage, close down Blackboard, close everything down, and then reopen it. So I know it sounds silly, but sometimes you'll have trouble with a lab loading. You do that, and then everything's fine. So, but really check out those minimum technology requirements so we don't have any problems down the road. Go through each one of these. I pointed out which ones are graded. That doesn't mean those are the only things you need to do, right? If you're a good student, you're going down this list and you're doing everything you need to do. I'm just letting you know these are the ones that are really important, more important, but that doesn't mean ignore the rest of them, right? This is where you're going to submit your Blackboard Student Orientation Certificate. Up here is this kind of little course that the IT and distance learning department have put together, kind of walks you through like how to post in a discussion board, how to attach a Word document to an assignment. So it gives you some good information, and it has 2 different platforms, whether you're doing a Mac or a regular PC computer. So it does separate it out. Once you complete the course, you only have to do it once. So if you have 5 online classes, you only have to do it once. Just save the certificate and then upload the certificate here. I'm giving you bonus points for doing it, but you have to make sure that the image has your name and the valid term that's at the bottom. I've had students try to submit certificates from 2 years ago. I'm not giving you bonus points for that, right? So go through, do the orientation, get some bonus points, start with that super, super high A at the beginning, right? Then you come here to syllabus and syllabus quiz. The college syllabus is here. Here's the syllabus for this course. There's also a calendar option, and then here's the syllabus quiz. You must complete this quiz, and you must get 100%. You can take it as many times as you would like. This is how I mark attendance. So if you do not complete the syllabus quiz, you could be marked as absent from the course, and depending on your financial aid status, you could be removed from the course. This calendar feature is really nice. If you click on the calendar, it will tell you all assignments that are due, and you can select which courses you want to show. So here, at least I'm pretty sure you can on the student side. Here, make sure we realize everything here is due Monday at noon. 12 p.m. is not midnight. 12 p.m. is noon, lunchtime, right? So I like the calendar option. If you're a visual person, you can go through here and see what you need to do each week. If you want to read what you need to do, you have to go into the syllabus. Waiting. I'm not going to read everything to you, but I'll show you where all the due dates are. Please go through and look at the syllabus and make sure you understand what's expected of you. This is the grade plan breakdown. This is what hardwired looks like. So the test, if you're not careful, if you have weak internet, if you're trying to do it wirelessly, you can get kicked out of the test. It says here, I will not reset the test. It depends. If it's the first test, I might cut you some slack. If every single test you're having a problem, we're going to have to work something out. So the issue is there's no way to restart the test. I have to completely clear what you did, and you have to retake the exam. So nobody wants to do that, right? It's just the way that the system is designed. If we leave the test open, you could come and go and you could take 24 hours to take the test. So the way that this is set up, once you open the test, you have to finish the test all in one sitting, and you're timed. So it's a minute per question. For those of you that think, oh my God, this sounds terrible, it's really not that bad. This gives us the opportunity to have an online course where you don't have to do proctoring. So we don't have a camera, we're not watching you. You're instead going to be given a pool of questions, a minute per question, and you have to take it all in one sitting. And the questions are going to be delivered one at a time. So it's our way to kind of try to make a compromise between being proctored and non-proctored. I would say if you have spotty internet, you need to go get an Ethernet cable, you need to hook it into your laptop, and you need to hook it directly into the modem. So you can Google how this works, but I thought I would put an image there because I've asked students, are you using an Ethernet cable? And they say yes. And I say, okay, well, take a picture. What does it look like? And then they go, oh, no, I'm not, right? So just if you know you have spotty internet service, make sure that you go purchase one of these. It's a couple of bucks. And it will save you from being kicked out of a test and having to have it reset and take the test all over again. Again, the first test, I'll cut you some slack. After the first test, we need to have a workaround, right? You need to go to a different area of your house. Maybe you need to go closer to, a business that has reliable internet, right? I realize we don't all have great internet, so we can make accommodations. Here's the class due date schedule. If you want to print it out and have it sitting next to your computer, I suggest you do that. If you miss one or two assignments, it's not the end of the world. If you are habitually missing assignments, it's going to bring your grade down, right? So the exams are worth the most points, but the Smart Book and the chapter assignments and the virtual labs really do add up to a lot of points. So attendance, you have to take the syllabus quiz. You have to do the discussion board. Makeup exams, I only have for extreme conditions. You have to have documentation. And I do not accept late work for the Connect assignments. So the whole point with the Connect work is for you to be working ahead and learning a little bit each week and then taking the test. It does no good to go back and do the lab and the chapter assignments after you've already taken the test. So unless you're hospitalized or there's some major issue at your home, and again, you have to have some sort of documentation, reach out to me. I'm not saying I'm not flexible. I'm just saying there's kind of a line in the sand, and it has to be something pretty serious for me to give you an extension on any lab or chapter assignments. I've done it for military before. I consider that a documented excuse. If you had jury duty, like I said, if you were sick and you were in the hospital. So just let me know, but make sure that you understand you're going to have to follow it up with some sort of proof or documentation. And again, my welcome statement again, in case you didn't read it the first time. All right, let's see. Syllabus quiz, just click on the syllabus quiz, answer the questions. You can take it as many times as you'd like to get a 100% on it. So that was syllabus quiz. Course policies, I have them listed here for you if you're interested. The college makes us put these in the Blackboard shell. So technology requirements are here, accessibility, privacy policy for the outside services that we use like Connect, McGraw-Hill. The communication policy is worth looking at, but most of us know this by now. You know, don't type with all caps if you're talking to a student. Somebody might find that offensive, like you're yelling at them, right? Just be careful. And if you're communicating with either your instructor or a fellow student, that you really kind of reread what you've written a couple times and make sure that it's not offensive or coming off in a way that you did not intend for it to. Okay, where are we? We've done all of the course information. Let's go to course content. So everything is broken up into units. I'm telling you which chapters are covered in each unit. So select the unit. We have chapters, deadlines, we have discussion, and then we have the exam. So the discussion and the exam are always due last in the same week, right? So let's go to chapter 1. I put this in here. If you can't find the labs, scroll. So we've got some information here. The lab is at the very bottom. If you're having trouble with the labs loading, the labs have this really cool troubleshooting bar. If you click on it, it'll tell you if you're missing any plugins or anything to make the labs run successfully. You shouldn't have any issues, but I like the fact that they give you this to help you if you need any. So you will have to read the chapter. You'll have to do the SmartBook assignment, watch the chapter 1 video, complete the learning objectives, and you are creating your own study guide. I do not collect these answers. I will review them for you anytime. If you email me your answers to these questions, I will gladly read over them and tell you whether you need to add more information or if you're missing something. So they're not graded, but if you do not complete these learning objectives, it's hard to get an A on the exam. So chapter, SmartBook assignment, chapter video, learning objectives, and a lab. Sometimes there will be several labs. The McGraw-Hill has changed their lab components. If you've ever taken a class with us before, they would have one lab, but it would have like 4 sections to it. Instead, they've pulled out each section as a separate lab. So don't get freaked out if you get to a folder and it has 4 labs listed at the bottom. They should each take maybe 15 minutes to a half an hour tops. And you'll see what I mean when you get into these. Some of these are not very difficult. If I have just 1 lab listed, it might be, 30 minutes to an hour. If I have 4 labs listed, they're usually a little bit shorter, 15 to 30 minutes. So I don't know if that helped you or not, but let me see if I have another one here that's got more. Yeah, there we go. So there's 2 separate labs, but you can see this is just length within the metric system, and this is weight, where they would have been all combined together. You can see that some of the sets of learning objectives are a little bit longer than others. Sometimes if the video is too long, I'll cut it into 2 separate parts. So when you first come into chapter 1, you're going to click on the SmartBook, and it's going to ask you to register, and all of that information is in the Books tab. So how to register for Connect, it walks you through what you're going to do. If you need any McGraw-Hill help, if something's not working right, you can email me or you can select the McGraw-Hill help. I'll show you what it looks like, but remember, you're going to have to register first. It's not going to just open for you like it opens for me. So I'll just give you a quick little glance into what it looks like. So when you open up the chapter 1 assignment, it's going to say, okay, here's today's date. This is about how long it'll take. These are the items that you're going to cover. And it'll give you with, hey, do I want to start with questions? I already know this material. I've kind of looked at it. It's not that big of a deal. Or do I want to start reading? I suggest you start reading unless you just recently had high school biology and you want to see, test yourself and see how much you know. And you can always come down here and go directly to questions. And so it's going to give you multiple choice test questions, and you'll see this green little bar kind of get completed. As you master a topic, it kind of just moves you along. So Hopefully you'll enjoy these. The students that have done them in the past have. They said that it really helped them. They were able to um, read a little bit, answer a few questions. You can always go back to reading. So you're like, oh Lord, I don't know the answer to this. You could go back to the reading part, right? And go to the next page. So it does, I think, help. It helps you combine two things, the reading and then kind of questioning yourself and making sure that you understand what's going on. Come on, I told you to exit. Let's go. Always hit the return to Blackboard button. If you close this tab, you have to go open Blackboard again. So that's kind of a pain. So again, to register for Connect, you're going to go here, watch this video. It'll walk you through how to register. You can actually purchase directly from Blackboard, or you can, or through the publisher through Blackboard, or you can use the bookstore. So I think here I have the images for you. Once you sign in through Blackboard, you get to the home page, you register. I'm just going to keep scrolling. It's going to give you an option right here. It's kind of hard to see. It's going to say, this is your textbook, this is your author, it'll have my, or instructor, it'll have my name, and it'll say, use your Connect code. This is if you already bought a code from the bookstore. This one is, hey, I want to buy it right here, right now. And this is temporary access. So you can get a 2-week temporary access to Connect. So make sure that if you're not going to get your financial aid, or if you don't think you're going to have book money for a week or two, log on to the temporary access and do as much work as you can possibly do until you can get that Connect code. I think we've covered everything. Go through the tabs, open everything up, see if it makes sense to you. If you have any questions, please reach out and email me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.